Have you ever wondered how the breath of life was infused into the void of the cosmos? How did light break through the darkness? Where did the order that organized chaos come from? Today, we invite you to immerse yourself in the grandeur of the first acts of creation going back to the very beginning, as narrated in the book of Genesis. Let's explore together the mysteries that shaped the universe. This is not just a chapter of ancient history, but a living narrative that continues to influence and inspire. So, let yourself be captivated by the story that defines our being. Are you ready to question, discover, and marvel at the saga of creation? Don't miss out. The story begins now.
In the beginning there was only emptiness and darkness, and in that void God hovered over the deep waters. With just one word, he spoke, "Let there be light," and light emerged, separating day from night. This was the first day, and God saw that it was good. Genesis 1:3, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. The creation of day and night is one of the most poetic and fundamental moments in the biblical narrative of creation. According to the account in Genesis, God began to bring order to the cosmos from a state of chaos, where darkness covered the abyss and the Spirit of God hovered over the waters. With supreme authority, God proclaimed the existence of light with the words, "Let there be light." Instantly, light was created, dispersing the darkness and bringing the first division among the elements of the world. This act not only established light but also time itself, for with light came the succession of periods of light and darkness, known as day and night. The Hebrew word for light in this context refers not only to visible light but also to order and clarity. By separating light from darkness, God was establishing a fundamental order in the universe, a clear distinction that would govern the rhythms of life on earth. The separation of day and night was an act of establishing boundaries, where God established the daily cycle that regulates all forms of life. This cycle not only marks time but is also essential for regulating the biological rhythms of countless species, including humans. Genesis 1:3-5. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. This act of creation reflects the immeasurable power of God and his ability to bring order and beauty out of chaos. He not only created physical light, but also established day and night as fundamental markers of time and symbols of renewal and hope. Thus, as we ponder the beauty of creation and the profound meaning of light and darkness, may we find comfort knowing that even in the darkest moments, there is always the promise of light. On the second day, the Creator spoke, and the firmament took shape. A canvas stretched across the heavens, separating the waters above from the waters below. He called it sky, and as it expanded, the waters below gathered, giving rise to the vast oceans while the sky stretched infinitely above. Genesis 1:6-7. And God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." As the waters separated at the command of the Creator, a divine separation occurred, creating domains above and below. The firmament, known as the heavens, was not just a place for birds to fly, but a stage for the celestial bodies that were to come. And so, as the waters below obeyed, revealing the dry land, the stage was set for the grand performance of life. The seas teemed with vitality, and the earth emerged, ready for the unfolding of the carpet of flora and fauna. Genesis 1:9-10. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. and God saw that it was good. On the third day, the touch of the Creator continued, with the dry land emerging, adorned with grasses, seeds, and fruit trees, each sprouting according to its kind. Continents arose, islands formed, and the intricate dance of life began. In the symphony of creation, every note mattered. The Creator sculpted ecosystems, from plains to mountains, with each habitat designed to sustain the delicate balance of life. This day of creation highlights the generosity and providence of God, who not only created a habitable world but also filled it with resources to sustain all forms of life. The dry land, the seas, the vegetation. Everything was created with purpose and interconnection, reflecting the wisdom and intention of the Creator. Genesis 1:11-12. Then God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit after their kind, with seed in them, on the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed after their kind, and trees bearing fruit with seed in them, after their kind. And God saw that it was good. On the fourth day of the creation narrative, God established the celestial bodies that would serve as cosmic clocks and sources of light for the earth. He created two great lights, the sun, a massive globe of fire and energy, to rule the day and illuminate the earth with its bright light and vital heat, and the moon, a softer reflector of that light, to rule the night and offer a gentle glow in the darkness. In addition to these two lights, God also sprinkled the firmament with stars, each a source of light, but also part of a vast mosaic that illuminates the night sky. These celestial bodies were designated to mark the seasons, days, and years, serving as signs for festivals, for agriculture, and as time markers for humanity. Genesis 1:16. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. This creation reflects the magnificence and precision of divine design, where each element of the cosmos has a purpose and function, contributing to the order and beauty of the universe. Through these lights, God not only brought light to the world, but also rhythm and regularity, essential aspects for life on earth. Genesis 1:14-19. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens, to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made the two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He made the stars also. God placed them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. There was evening, and there was morning, a fourth day. On the fifth day, the waters were filled with life, with creatures great and small, and the sky was filled with birds of all shapes and colors. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply." On this day of creation, God turned his attention to the vast oceans and the open sky. With a word, he filled the waters with a myriad of creatures, from the smallest fish that swim in schools to the great whales that roam the seas. Each living being was created with a unique function, contributing to the balance of the marine ecosystem. Simultaneously, the sky was adorned with birds of all species, shapes, and vibrant colors. They were given wings to fly above the earth, across the expanse of the sky. With their songs and flights, the birds brought music and movement to the world, filling the air with life and beauty. God blessed these creatures, granting them the ability to reproduce and populate the waters and the sky. He saw that his work was good, for each animal was perfectly adapted to its habitat and ready to play its role in the cycle of life. This day highlights the generosity and creativity of God, who not only created a habitable world, but also filled it with diversity, and life, allowing the earth to be a place of constant renewal and wonder. Genesis 1:20-23. Then God said, "Let the waters teem with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the heavens." God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." There was evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. On the sixth day, the earth saw the emergence of a new form of life, the land animals. God created an incredible variety of creatures, from the smallest insect, with its delicate wings and multifaceted eyes, to the largest of mammals, such as the majestic elephant, with its imposing strength and expressive trunk. Each animal was created with unique characteristics, adapted to the environment in which they would live, from the African savannas to the dense tropical forests. And then, as the apex of His creation, God formed man and woman. He made them in His image and likeness, endowing them with intelligence, creativity, and the ability to love and care for each other. God blessed them and gave them the responsibility to care for the earth and all forms of life that inhabit it, establishing a relationship of respect and harmony with nature. Genesis 1:24-25. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after their kind." And it was so. God made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps on the ground after its kind. And God saw that it was good. Genesis 1:26-27. And God said, "Let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in His own image. In the image of God He created him. Male and female He created them. Genesis 1:28. And God blessed them. And God said to them, "Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." This moment of creation emphasizes the uniqueness of humanity and God's intention for us to live in communion with Him and with creation. Humanity was tasked with being a steward of the earth, caring for and preserving the diversity of life that God so generously created. On the seventh day, God rested, contemplating the work He had done. Everything was perfect and harmonious, and He blessed this day, making it sacred. After 6 days of unprecedented creative work, God arrived at the seventh day. This was not a day of inactivity, but rather a moment of reflection and celebration. God contemplated everything He had done, every detail of creation, from the smallest creatures to the vast luminaries in the sky, was good and functioned in perfect harmony. By blessing the seventh day, God not only rested, but established a standard for humanity. This day of rest, known as the Sabbath, became a symbol of peace and renewal, a time for people to stop their everyday activities, reflect on the blessings of life, and acknowledge God's sovereignty over creation. Genesis 2:2-3. And on the seventh day God finished His work that He had done, and He rested on the seventh day from all His work that He had done. So, God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all His work that He had done in creation. This act of sanctifying the seventh day serves as an eternal reminder of God's work as Creator and the special relationship He desires to have with His creatures. It is an invitation for everyone to enter God's rest, setting aside the worries of the world and turning to what is spiritual and eternal. In the tapestry of creation, every detail reflects the wisdom and love of the Creator. And as we contemplate the wonders of the natural world, may we feel closer to the heart of the one who spoke everything into existence.
As we conclude this journey through creation, let us remember that even in the darkest times, light and life always find their way. May the story of creation remind us of the beauty of simplicity, the grandeur of divinity, and the eternal promise of a love that never fails. Thank you for joining us today. Do not forget to like, share, and of course subscribe for more inspiring and spiritual content. Until next time, have faith, and may the peace of God always be with you.